Okay, next movie on the list is Barton Fink. Now, Barton Fink is a Joel and Ethan Coen brothers movie. I should have just said Coen brothers movie. Barton Fink is highly regarded, especially among Coen brothers fans, fanatics. It's considered their horror film. It's certainly got thriller elements. It's a horror movie in a psychological way more than anything else. I mean, there is an element of a psychotic character in the film, played by John Goodman, who's great because he's always great. He is kind of a sociopath, and he does some questionable things in the movie. The movie does have like an explosive, fire-consuming, hallway-drenched, finale where just everything's just ablaze. The hotel that he's staying at, Mr. Barton Fink, who's a writer, by the way. This is a movie about Hollywood through the perspective of a writer who goes to town for a job, and he's staying at this hotel, and he's writing a script. His neighbor is John Goodman. Judy Davis is in this movie, and she's great. She's always good. John Turturro gives a great paranoid, neurotic performance. John Goodman is just, he's menacing, but he's always, at times, but most of the time, he's kind of, you don't really know what to think of him, but he's always just kind of happy and friendly, and just, he gives no fucks, and he's just like carefree and just living by the beat of his own drum. As the movie unfolds, and you get, especially towards the end, you start to see how psychotic this guy is. In all of these ways that I'm describing, it is a horror film in that sense. But when you go into this and people are saying it's a horror movie, it's not really a horror movie. It's a psychological thriller by way of the Coen brothers. So in that sense, it's not even really your typical psychological thriller. But the movie is good. It has cameos from all of the usual Coen brothers character actors, the roster of actors that they use in all of their movies. I think even Steve Buscemi pops up. It's worth checking out. Is it one of my favorite Coen brothers movies? No. Some people call this their favorite or in their top 3. It's not in my top 3 even. I'm very fond of the Coen brothers. I like movies that other Coen brothers movie fans don't like, and the general audiences, like The Hudsucker Proxy is probably my favorite Coen brothers movie. His collaboration with their collaboration with their old buddy Sam Raimi from back in the day, because the Coen brothers worked on Evil Dead 2 with Sam, and then they collaborated on Crime Wave, Sam Raimi's failed follow-up to The Evil Dead, which is a good movie. It's not great, but it's when you watch it, it's just definitely deserve the hate. You understand that, okay, this movie just wasn't understood. It's a live-action cartoon. So if you love Sam Raimi, you should love Crime Wave. In a similar way that people get Joe Dante, when they see like Gremlins 2 and they understand this is him. This is like what he brings to I just saw, speaking of Joe Dante, I just saw Looney Tunes back in action again. And you appreciate that more watching it again from that lens of just like live action cartoon. I mean, there are actual cartoons in that movie, but I almost look at it as like a pseudo sequel to Gremlins 2 more than Space Jam. Because Gremlins 2 opens up with Bugs and Daffy. But anyway, I am quite fond of this. It's an interesting movie about the creative process, about the neurotic mind of a creative person, of a writer. It's a period piece, so there's a lot of elements like that. There are interesting aspects for you to dissect if you're interested in that period, early era 20th century filmmaking and writing. It's great. I would say for me, I would put it, oh man, this is a tough one, because I haven't seen it enough. I gotta admit that I haven't seen it enough, so I would have to really check it out again in order to, and when I check it out again, because I will, because it's a Coen Brothers movie and it's good. It may go up, but as of right now, it's gonna go in the guilty pleasure category. There we go.
Feeling good, feeling great. In fact, I've never been better. Beautiful day. such a change this past and went through.